Hello and welcome to another live session. This is the Ask Your Mentor Anything live, but this is a special edition. I see Martina Sotiles, she says where she can watch the live here in the group. Just refresh your page, okay? Refresh your page, shows the live to appear on your screen, Martina. Okay, guys, so today what we're going to do, I'm going to answer all of your questions. I have here my notes. Thank you, all of you, that you have filled in the questionnaire with your questions, or you actually sent me those questions over directly to me. Okay, so guys, let's start by introducing yourselves in the comments. So I see you coming in, so let me know in the comments that you're watching me, where are you watching me from, and of course, if you have any questions for me, this is the time for you. Comment below this video. So let me know where you're watching from. Can't wait to hear the countries that you're watching from. Use the comments below. And in order your name to appear, click on the StreamYard link, okay? So as to be able to see your names. So I would love to know where you're watching from, and let me know if you can hear me well. I would love to know as well. So where we are live already. We are live in the Mentoring for Translators group. It's a private group only for translators, and of course on Facebook public page, LinkedIn public page, and YouTube. Okay, Martina, you're great. You did it. Watching from Sicily, amazing. I always love to see the places that you're watching me from, guys. Martina, you have included also 2 questions in the questionnaire. Is that you? Because this question is a private, so I cannot know if that was you, but I have here my notes and I have noted down also those questions. Let me know, Martina, if those questions were from you, as I would really love to know your feedback. Plus, we are live in the Starting Out Translators community on Facebook. Again, a private group only for starting out translators with less than 5 years of experience and those that they're struggling to get into the market. So, Martina, that was you. Great. Thank you for joining me live. And let's start with your questions since you're here, Martina. And of course, later on, I'm going also to answer all the other questions regarding LinkedIn today, the business side of translation. And of course, I have gathered all of your questions about the upcoming free summer schools for translators. Okay, this is an online 4-week course. Okay, guys, and thank you so much for the participation. Over 300 people have already signed up, and I can't wait to start working with you. From this Monday, guys, okay, August the 9th, we start. And it's going to be an online course with participants from all over the world. The summer school is going to take place in English. And of course, I'm going to give you details in a minute. Use the comments below. Let me know where you're watching from, the guys that you are just joining us. And of course, I would love to see any kind of questions that you might have about LinkedIn. Okay, how to get clients and the business side of translation. But basically, I would really love to concentrate on LinkedIn today. So what if you have had all of your questions answered? Martina, also, if you come up with many more questions, use the comments below and ask me anything live, okay? So Martina, let me know if this is your question. I have done many translation tests for many agencies. My tests were always good and they welcomed me inside their team. However, they have never contacted me for a job. How is that possible? How does a translator get noticed from a PM? That's a great question, actually. And can be related to LinkedIn as well, because I can share a secret with you here that my mentees have been implementing and they've seen great results, especially when it comes to getting the attention of a project manager. So what you can do instead, I know that you find translation agencies, you might apply online or you might reply to a message or an online form they have on their website, filling in those questionnaires and actually getting all those tests. So you say that the tests were always good, they welcomed you inside their team, but you never got any work. That's a pretty common question I get, and you are lucky, Martina, that at least your tests are getting approved and you're actually a member of their team. What's next then? Okay, we need to get noticed. How you can do that? Either by following up, and I know that translators, they hate following up, based on my experience at least, what you tell me, all of you. So definitely I would integrate following up in my strategy. Don't forget to follow up. A kind message like asking them if they have received your application, if everything is okay, or a month after accepting your application, like asking them if there is any open projects, okay, for you and your language combinations. Most probably the answer you will get is actually that they might not have any open project right now for your language combinations, or they might for your specialization and so on. So this is a very common answer. What you can do instead, you can target agencies that you have checked beforehand that they actually, okay, need your services. And by your service, I mean someone, a translator with your background, Martina. So next time you're going to fill an application in an agency, do not do it like in a blind method, okay? Try beforehand to have evaluated those agencies, okay? Do they accept projects in your language combinations? Do they accept projects in your specialization? And of course, following up with them, asking them if they have any project for you. That way, okay, by making a short research beforehand, you actually save so much time later on by having just applied and not getting any replies. Also, another reason why you don't get any replies from those agencies is most probably because they have already their own translators, especially in your language combination or Italian. It's a very common language that I have been hearing from you guys that there is a lot of competition. So most probably they are already satisfied with the translators they have on board, so they are not looking for new translators, even if they are accepting onboarding process for new translators. So you'll need to find a gap, like in the availability of the trusted translators, and fill in that gap in August, summer vacation, or Christmas vacation, sometime in the year that the regular collaborators might be on holidays and so on. So I hope that I have answered your question. So following up, and now my secret about how to use LinkedIn to actually follow up the best way. What you can do, Martina, and let me know if you have used that method. I would really love to know. So instead of the old method, going on their website and filling the forms, anonymously, or like filling those forms without make your presence like to them very bold, then what you can do instead, you can either start from their website, filling that form, and then find the PM, the project manager, the manager of the same company on LinkedIn, and following up there, letting them know with a connection request note that you have applied on the form that they have on their website, and you would like to get connected with them online. That's one way. And the other way, Martina, that you can do it as well is the other way around. So you can start from LinkedIn. So instead of going blindly, and filling forms for translation agencies online, what you can do instead, you can start actually from connecting with the decision makers, on LinkedIn, and then you can ask them what would be the best way for them and for you to fill in maybe an onboarding form. And why not actually ask them what would be their preferred method to follow up and applying for a job application they might have on their website. So let me know, Martina, those are the two ways we use LinkedIn. Of course, there are numerous ways you can use LinkedIn, but especially for your questions that you have been telling me about tests that you have been applying to agencies and you haven't received any job yet, that would be the best way for me, So there is a follow-up question by Martina in the comments. Is it okay to follow up regularly, for example, twice a year, not that often? Thanks for your answer. Twice a year is not that regularly, but definitely is a plan. So you can plan ahead, For me, I think I've described my method of following up before. Actually, the warmest the lead, or the potential client, the better the results you get from following up with them. So instead of having it twice a year, I would definitely follow up when there is one discussion with them or a contact with them. So upon your acceptance of your test, then you can follow up in 1 month or a couple of months maximum, asking them if there is an open position or a project for you. And definitely another asset of actually following up and adding them on LinkedIn is actually the fact that you have them in your network and you can nurture that relationship with your content and by being present and visible to them the whole time. So it's not only the fact that you're following up by adding them in your network, is a great advantage for you that you will be visible to them through your profile and your activity on LinkedIn, and they will evaluate if you are a good candidate to work for them or not. Actually, I can share with you a great example of my mentee of mine, Mario. He had actually applied as a newbie, as a new translator to an agency, and his application was rejected. Why? Because he was a new translator and they were looking for a more experienced one. So in that case, what I would do, Martina. So what Mario did is actually following up with them, thanking them in a very kind message, replying to those people, even if his application was rejected. And they really, really, if we can say, appreciated his kind reply. And actually they followed his activity on LinkedIn, since he followed up on LinkedIn, adding them in his network. And actually he was hired as a project manager like 6 months after that. So you should never, never, never underestimate the power of having in your network your potential clients, even if they're not ready to buy for you the moment you contact or add them in your network. So great piece of advice. Martina says, I'll try definitely. Thanks. You're welcome, Martina. So I see a second question, or is a follow-up. You say here, on the other hand, speaking of direct clients, many times I have met people who want me to work for peanuts, or who do not believe they need a professional translator for their business. They rely on automated translations or translation plugins. How can a translator convince a direct client to work with him here? Great question, Martina. I will start with the last part of your question, how to convince. I'm against of using those words. So definitely I wouldn't use the words convincing your clients. You should never need to try to convince anyone to trust you for your services. On the other way around, they should trust you because you gain their trust. So instead of trying to convince them to accept you, okay, as a translation supplier, why not to think the other way around? Like, try to find clients, people who will really appreciate your value, who won't need a cheaper solution, who will really appreciate the value that you provide to their business, okay? And instead of trying to find ways to convince clients that they need a cheaper solution, that they need plugins and translation, automated translation, so on, why not to find actually clients that they will be able to pay the rates that you want to charge? They won't need plugins and automation translation, and definitely they will really appreciate you as a professional translator to work with you and trust you. So have you ever wondered that, Martina? Let me know in the comments. I would really love to know. So in general, because that's a great and very common question, instead of trying to convincing people that you're the right person, or try to negotiate to the lower base your rates so as to make those clients accept you and work with you, why not to think the other way around? Try to change your mindset. Yes, you have changed my point of view. Thanks a lot. That says Martina. Thank you, Martina. That's the best thing you can do to change your mindset. So instead of trying and going after clients that they do not appreciate you and your background and your rates, why not look, okay, for clients that they will do the opposite? They will actually appreciate you, your background, your services, your rates, and so on. And as I've been repeatedly saying, is actually, there are clients for every rate. Okay, for each rate, there are clients out there. So rarely are the rates that we charge our clients the reason why we cannot find high-paying and good quality, high-quality direct clients online. So thank you for that question, Martina. I will continue with the following questions, unless there are any following up questions to the topic that we are discussing so far. Martina, that was great, your input. Thank you for your questions. Again, how we can use LinkedIn to actually, instead of convincing inappropriate clients, okay, to hire us, how we can use LinkedIn to actually showcase our background, our expertise, and gain that trust for people that they do not know us. LinkedIn is the greatest platform to do so. And I'm not a LinkedIn employee. I don't get any, you can say, money from that. I'm just expressing and sharing with you my own experience. By having and adding in your network clients in your LinkedIn network, your ideal clients, not clients that they want a cheaper solution, not clients that they want automation, not clients that they don't accept your rates, but actually clients that would really appreciate you and your background and your rates. Try to look for them on LinkedIn, add them in your network, and actually be present to them every day, every week, every month. That's up to you, the regularity that you're going to use and the frequency. But definitely LinkedIn is a great platform because it's a professional platform. Everyone is there to do business. They are open for business opportunities, and actually is a great way for you nowadays, especially with COVID, to be able to be visible to your ideal clients on an everyday basis. online without leaving your home or your office by just presenting yourself the right way. And this is what we're going to do in the 4-week summer school for translators. This is what we're going exactly to do, how to present yourself in a way that you will gain the trust of your clients with your content, because this is how you are going to gain their trust. This is how you're going to gain their attention, through your content and through your LinkedIn profile and, of course, your activity online. So, Martina, let me know if you have answered your question. I would really love to go to the next one. Thank you guys for being here live with me. Let me know in the comments where you're watching me from. I would really love to know. And of course, use the comments below this video to ask me any kind of questions that you might have about LinkedIn, getting clients, the business side of translation. I would really love to answer all of your questions. We have approximately like 30 minutes more. So take advantage of that time for me being here live with you. So how does a financial translator find the right person to contact on LinkedIn? Great question. Thank you guys for asking me that. That's an anonymously asked question in the form. So if you have more questions, use the form that you will find in the description box of this video to fill in that in. Alternatively, use the comments below this video to ask me anything, and I will see your comments live here and I will reply them. So how does a financial translator find the right person to contact on LinkedIn? Who should they contact? Banks, and who inside the bank? Generally speaking, how does a translator know who to contact as a potential lead? Such a great question. Do you have any answer? Do you have any idea? Those that you're watching me, Martina, let me know in the comments. Have you ever wondered who is the decision maker, how to find them? This is actually what we're going to cover in week number 1, because for me, it's really essential to know your ideal clients. This is actually the question, who is my ideal client? If you do not know your ideal client, you cannot know your decision maker and the job title, so as to look for them online on LinkedIn. So what you need in order to find the decision maker on LinkedIn, you need the job title. That's it. If you know the job title of the person that you would like to work with, then you are done. Then there are simple steps that I'm teaching in my programs, and actually for free for the upcoming 4 weeks. So definitely, if you're ready to join us, I'm going to share the link in the comments, and you can join us anytime. So what you can do instead, when you don't know, start with defining your ideal client. So that question about being a financial translator, that's a great niche, in my opinion. And definitely banks are not the only client of yours. Of course, banks can be a part of your client basis, but definitely that doesn't stop there. I've been also providing financial translation service specially certified here in Greece, and my clients can be for many different several backgrounds, like from individuals that they want to have their papers translated for financial authorities, the tax authorities in your country, and of course companies, any kind of companies that they are exercising a financial activity and business activity in any country. They need to submit their financial papers once per year or even more often. And actually, when they're doing business with companies abroad, they will always need to translate their legal and financial papers. Anytime they will need to get into consortium and so on with other companies. So for me, there are endless opportunities out there to find your clients, but I would need to know your background, what kind of clients actually you would like to get in the financial sector. What clients would be only banks? In that case, you would really need to find the person who would hire you. And that might differ, in several different countries and types of banks. But definitely, you need to find a person who would be the decision maker, and you just need a job title. Sometimes it might not be one person or one job title in an organization or in a company. In that way, you can add both of the options that you might have. Might be the legal department, administration assistant, or might be the marketing specialist of that company. Whoever it is, you can add both if you think that both of them would be your ideal clients. And of course, that works also as an advantage to your strategy, because if you contact one of them directly and they will see that you have the other person in your network they will trust you, okay, better and easier, so as to start a conversation with you and even hiring you in the future. So again, to sum up, how to find the right contact on LinkedIn, okay? Who to contact as a potential lead. First of all, you need to be very clear on your ideal client. You need to know. If you have been working, okay, for a while as a translator, you most probably know who is a decision maker, because you know who is giving you work, with whom you have been in discussions before negotiation, before actually accepting your quote. Or if you're working indirectly through agencies, you might know the type. So if there are financial legal documents, they might come from the legal department. If they're more marketing related, they will come from the marketing department. And definitely, still, if you cannot find one decision maker, you can contact even more position. And still, if you're not really sure, I have also another solution for you. What about a PS in your message, telling those people that if you're not a responsible person for translations in your company, organization, and so on, would you be kind, okay, to refer my details to the right person, or actually, would you be kind to send me the details of the right person just for me to contact? And that's a very common, also PS I include in my messages. And guess what? What is the most common reply that I get from my ideal client? They send me the details of the decision maker themselves. And actually, okay, and add on to that, they tell me you can use my details, my name, to refer you to them. So you don't only get, okay, not only you get the details, actually the email name of the person who is a responsible decision maker for translation, that organization, but actually you're getting referred to that person. So you're not going like doing cold calling or cold emailing to that specific person. So for me, even if you did not get exactly the name of the job title of the decision maker in that organization, having that PS, okay, in your message will really solve all of the kind of problems. So Martina says, yes, you have answered my question. I was just thinking about one thing. Is it okay to have many connections on LinkedIn? I tend to connect with a lot of translators. Can this not be a benefit? If you have too many connections, do you run the risk of not being seen by the right people, like PMs or direct clients? Hope my question is clear. Martina, this is a very common question that I get from translators. I cannot even recall how many times I have been asked if I should have translators in my network or not, which is actually your question rephrased, because you're asking me if you have too many questions, which is not the problem in your case. The problem is if you have too many translators in comparison to your ideal clients, project managers or direct clients. That's the right question. Let me know, Martina, if I'm rephrasing your question the right way. Let me know in the comments. I'm changing the slides, yeah. So yes, most common problem is not the number of connections. The more number of connections, okay, the more connections you have in your network, the better for you and the algorithm of LinkedIn. As you might have seen also, there is a measure on LinkedIn so as for you to get a 5-star profile, so as to have at least 500 connections. What I work with my mentees is actually to reach 1,000 to 2,000 connections during the 3 months of my program. So definitely the more connections you have, the better for you. But not any kind of questions. So this is why your question is very strategical here. You need to have as many connections as you can, but okay, with your ideal clients, adding ideal clients rather than connecting with any kind of translators or people there, which is actually not that strategical. And actually, another thing that we're going to cover in the 4-week course that starts on Monday is how to create a strategy. Because the main reason I've seen translators, they don't get results. On LinkedIn, I've shared a post yesterday with the most common mistakes translators make on LinkedIn and they don't get results. The number one reason, actually, they're doing things, but not in a strategical way, which means they do not have any strategy. And what I mean by strategy, who you choose to add, okay, in your network is actually part of your strategy. So coming back to your question, Martina, if your strategy is actually to be seen by your ideal client, direct clients, and PMs, project managers, then you should reconsider the next time you're going to add other translators, unless also translators are a part of your ideal clients. That changes a bit, okay? The answer of my question. But definitely in my answers, because that's a very common question I get asked, there are two schools when it comes to that question. Should I have translators in my network or not? There are two schools. There are those that are telling you go back and delete the translators so as to limit the number of translators you have in your network, which is not my approach. I would never encourage you to go and delete connections unless you have reached the limit of connections that you're really happy with, like 4,000, 7,000 connections. Then might, okay, play a role to go and delete. But if you're struggling to reach 1,000 or 2,000 connections, for me, it doesn't really account to go and delete connections. That's not the right moment for you to go and delete connections. What I would suggest, and that's the second school, if we can say, or answer to your question, instead of going and deleting already okay connections that you have and they are translators, why not to change your strategy and strategically and on a consistent basis to try to add your ideal clients. So the next time you're going to do a prospecting campaign, the way that I've been teaching my programs, which means like create a campaign that consistently you're going and add people in your network just to reach a number of connections that you have in your mind, and that's the strategy that I was talking before, then you will be very, very, if we can say, concerned, and you will concentrate on only adding not translators, but ideal clients. So the next time you're going to run a prospecting campaign and you would like to add, okay, new connections in your network, you would like to grow your network, keep in mind to add more ideal clients, either those they are project managers to translation agencies or direct clients. Is that clear to you, Martina? Okay, so I need relevant connections. Clear, thanks. I will not start deleting people. I will just change my strategy. That's so cool. Thank you for repeating here the answer and actually getting my point. That's actually what I would like you to do. Let me know how many connections do you have, Martina? I would be curious. But definitely that's my approach, okay? If translators, they're parts of your client base, so because I get that often as a comment from other translators, so I get projects from other translators, or they refer me to potential clients, that's okay. I do have also other translators in my network. But if they are not a part of your ideal clients basis, then definitely doesn't really make any sense to start adding them. I know that there are other translators that they might say, okay, but I really like to have LinkedIn to network with other translators, to meet, to learn, and so on. That's up to you. And that's also coming back to the strategy that we were discussing previously. You need to have a strategy. Okay, what's your strategy on LinkedIn? Is it to get 3 leads per week? Is it to expand your network by 1,000 in 2 weeks? Is it, for example, to get steadily 3 ideal clients per month? That's an objective you need to decide before you start any kind, okay, of campaign on LinkedIn, either content marketing campaign or prospecting campaign. That's something you need to advise. If you're going to use, again, LinkedIn only for networking with other colleagues and learning, that's up to you again. And if this is your objective, then you can go on and adding other translators in your network. But definitely everything depends on our objectives and goals. This is also why I spend the first week as a bonus training. I always add the goal setting training. And this is also will be a bonus training, the SMART goal setting training. Because before we start any kind of strategy, before defining our ideal client, before actually going and optimizing our content on LinkedIn and creating our content and marketing plan, we need to have clear goals and objectives. And by clear goals and objectives are those that I just mentioned, like I want 3 leads to gain 3 leads per week. I want to expand my network by 2,000 connections in 1 month. I want to get steadily 3 clients per month. That's up to you. Okay, but based on those goals and those objectives, we will create the strategy that will take you to that result. And that also depends on what kind of clients you're going to add in your network. Okay, I hope that this has been helpful. So Martina says, I think I have 500 plus connections. That's great, Martina. Why not to get 1,000 plus? That should be your next, okay, milestone. And let me know when you reach this. Okay, so let's continue with the most common questions I got, since I have answered your questions here. Unless you have more questions, use the comments below and ask me anything. So, most common questions. Now I'm coming up to your questions. Why I don't get clients through LinkedIn. This is the most common question, okay, that wins, that comes first. I got from you. Okay, some of you, you've told me like, I was at your course last year, in the 4-week course. I did the ultimate LinkedIn prospecting system last August. And I implemented like a couple of things that you mentioned for a while, like how many connection requests you've sent. I asked that person, and she told me 20. So that's great, but this is very low. Okay, we need numbers and we need patience. Okay, so as a strategy to work. And definitely 20 connection requests, they tell us nothing at all. Okay, that tells us nothing. We cannot like review or refine your strategy because we don't have enough results. So coming up to your questions, I've been on LinkedIn, I've been using some features, or I've been posting online on LinkedIn and I get no results. Here I have the answer for you. And that's generic, of course, because I would need to have you here live with me to ask you some specific questions so as to give you more personalized answer. But I bet, okay, here that your own reply will be one of the things that I'm going just to mention. And let me know in the comments if you have been making any of those mistakes that I'm just going to mention. So you're not targeting the right person. Martina already mentioned that. So if you would like to get consistently, okay, clients and leads through LinkedIn, and by clients and leads, I mean direct clients or project managers and agencies. But on the other hand, you have no idea who is the decision maker. You have no idea who is the ideal client of yours in that specific industry. Or contrary, or even worse, you've been adding only translators because, I don't know why, you feel more comfortable, you get more connection requests by translators. This is how you've been acting on other social media platforms. I have news for you. That doesn't really work. And that's also a matter of targeting. So this is the most common also reason I see that translators, this is the mistake they make and they don't get any results. So if you've been connecting with only translators rather than your ideal clients on LinkedIn, if you have been expanding your network on LinkedIn with people that they are not your ideal clients, or if you're actually creating content and you go and post consistently, like once per day, 3 times per week, and you do that consistently, but your content is not related to your ideal client, then most probably you've been doing something wrong. And this is the reason why you don't get any results. If you've also been posting about translation related issues, guess what? Your ideal clients, they don't worry about translation related problems, like if your client hasn't paid you yet, if there is a new tool in the market, productivity tips, or a recent project. That's okay. You can have 1 day per week that you can cover such issues. Yes, they might boost your credibility and your expertise in your background, but definitely that's not the type of content that your ideal client would worry to find online as a solution to their problem. And definitely that this is not a type of problem or a piece of content that your ideal client would go click like and share with their network. And this is what we want to do. We want to start a conversation with those people. We want them to comment to our content. We want them to share it with their network, and why not to like it. So if you're going and only discussing topics that they're translation related, so that means that your client, if they're not in the translation business, I'm talking about direct clients, and they're not aware of the industry, most probably they have nothing to comment there. And definitely they won't share because their network is not either interested in that kind of content. So the next time you're going to create a content marketing campaign, make sure you are covering topics that your ideal clients are interested in. And this is what we're going to cover actually in week number 2. In the summer school, content marketing summer school for LinkedIn, for translators and interpreters. We're going actually to help you to find the topics that your ideal clients, no matter what the industry and specialization that you are in, they are interested in. I will teach you the tools and the techniques on how to find those topics. So another problem that I see, if you're still not getting any results, but you've been creating content on LinkedIn or any other platforms. Another reason why you don't get that is actually because you have no clue. You have no clue in what stage of the funnel you are as a business and as a freelancer. Let me know in the comments. I would really love to know. I bet that you are not aware of the funnel stages. And this is really something I'm going to cover in this content marketing summer school. So if you have not yet subscribed, definitely sign up now, because this is also going to be covered in week number 2. Okay, it's really crucial for strategical proposals to know which stage of the funnel you're in. Let me know. Have you heard of the stages of the funnel? Okay, it's the bottom of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and top of the funnel. And you really need to know at what stage of the funnel you are, so as to be able to serve your client and share content to your client based on the purpose of the stage of the funnel that you are in. So let me know in the comments. I would really love to know what stage of the funnel you're right now. What is your purpose of your content? Why you're sharing your content? Have you ever wondered, like, are you at the awareness stage, like you build awareness about you and the problem you solve? Are you in the consideration stage, which means that you teach people how to choose a solution? Or you are at the decision stage, explaining why your offer, product or service, doesn't really matter, is the best solution? So if you haven't heard that before, then it's definitely the summer school, the best way to learn, and it's going to be devoted only for translators. So the LinkedIn Content Marketing Summer School, I'm sharing in the comments in the chat the link. Sign up for free. We're going to cover that, and of course I'm going to give you specific solutions and answers to your questions, because every week we're going to meet 1 hour live together. So Martina says, I think I'm still at the bottom. However, these funnel stages are new to me. Definitely, Martina, because we start from the top of the funnel. We never start from the bottom. So most probably, Martina, if you're just starting out with your content, you are at the top of the funnel. We start from the top of the funnel, we go the middle, and then we end up at the bottom. And of course, there are many, many other inner stages, but I've shared here the simplest way to describe you the funnel, because I don't really want you to overwhelm you with information. But definitely I'm going to keep it short, and every week in the summer school, what we're going to do, we're going to cover, no problem, Martina, we're going to cover one specific module. So week number 1 is to identify your ideal client. You need to know to whom you address your message, either with your post, your LinkedIn profile, your content, your activity online. Week number 2 is going to be to choose your funnel stage. Where are you right now with your content, so as to serve your clients the best way, and actually to optimize your content the right way, so as to attract your ideal clients and make them engage with your content. Like, we want them to like, to comment and share. And by writing only translation related topics, then we only attract other translators, because even if our clients, they see that kind of content, they're not able to engage with us, because most probably they're not aware of our industry. So next time you're going to create your content to share, make sure that you serve your purpose, your objective, your goal, which is actually most probably, since you're here, to get clients through LinkedIn. Last thing, because you've been asking me, why content marketing and what's the difference between prospecting? Because all of my trainings so far were about prospecting. Actually, the free 4-week course I taught last summer in August was the ultimate LinkedIn prospecting system, which actually is also my signature 3-month coaching, group coaching program. Why content marketing this time? Apart from the fact that you have been asking me to create a module which I have integrated already in my 3-month program, a module dedicated to actually creating the right content. And you get a list with 100 content ideas, as a bonus. And actually I'm sending you with AI tools, artificial intelligence tools, that they help you to generate 250 ideas, content ideas related to your own topic and your own clients. How amazing is that? This is going to be covered in week number 4. In week number 4, I'm going to share with you all the tools, automation tools, actually, that they will help you to start writing. If you find it hard, to have creativity, sometimes those tools, they help you to get your writing on. And definitely the tools that they will be okay, mind-blowing, will help you to generate the content ideas with headlines and topics for the rest of the year even more. How amazing is that? Join me for this summer school 4-week free online course about content creation only for translators, language professionals, and interpreters. And week number 4 will be dedicated to automation tools, scheduling, and planning of your content. And one of these will be actually to have ready-made for the rest of the year 250 content ideas. How amazing is that? Do you know what tool I'm referring to? There's several out there. I'm going to share with you the tool that I have tested and I have used myself, and I really love them. So, last question, prospecting vs content marketing. Why is that? Because, okay, prospecting is more active way to get clients. So we choose them, we get in contact with them, and we are adding them in our network. But what's next? We need to nurture that relationship. And the only way to nurture that relationship is through our online activity, through the content that we post. Either this is video, live video, article, post, or even the way that we renew the content on our LinkedIn profile, the way that we comment to other people's posts. That's also part of content marketing, okay? And this is something we need to take into consideration seriously for the reasons that I have already shared with you previously. We don't only need to add those people, but what's next? We have added those people in our network, but what's next? How we nurture that relationship, how we continue going on the discussion, naturally, how we gain their trust for us to give us work and being present to them, okay, so as for them to give us work. And this is where it comes content marketing. And also because of so many questions of yours, I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to actively go after clients. Then content marketing, there's no other way to attract leads. And also for those that they want just to attract clients to them, content marketing is the best way. Prospecting is for you to go to them. Attracting, you need content to attract those people. So if you're not that into salesy ways, if you don't want actively to go after clients, and if you're ready to attract your ideal clients and leads to your profile and nurture that relationship and close the deal at the end, then this summer school is for you. We're going only to talk about content marketing, and there is a typo here, just saw it, sorry guys. So we're going only to talk about content marketing and how to attract. So summing up, because you've been asking me what we're going to cover. So it's going to be a very short module recorded every Monday about those specific topics. First week, we're going to find your own value and also what your audience values the most and speak to them directly. Second week, we're going actually actively to optimize your content. You will learn the structure of creating engaging content and landing it right in front of your target audience. And actually, you will be able to share your first piece of content during the 4-week summer school. How amazing is that? And we are going to test if it works or not. And of course, to refine, review, and refine your strategy. Week number 3, generate content ideas. You need to stop struggling to think of new post ideas. And of course, this is one tool that I'm going to share with you, how to generate 250 content ideas. And that will be your weekly also exercise assignment. You will need to generate those content ideas to finalize the headlines, and you will have you made your plan. And amazing AI automation tools, scheduling tools. So week number 4, because you've been asking me for tech reasons, like what tool to use to schedule my content for LinkedIn, what tools to use in order to plan ahead, what tools to use, for example, as I mentioned, AI tools to boost your creativity when it comes to writing content. Then week number 4 will be also a mind-blowing session. And I hope to see you there, guys. Use the link that you will find in the comments. And of course, you can reach me out directly if you have more questions. And let me know if you have any questions about content marketing. Use the thread below, the comments, wherever you are watching me from, and ask me anything about LinkedIn, content marketing, getting clients through LinkedIn. I would really love to address them also during the content marketing summer school. So you can now join for free. The doors closes on Monday. We start on Monday, August 9th, okay, for 4 weeks. 1 module recording and 1 live. So what is the time investment for you? 1 hour per week to join me live to answer all of your questions. And even if you are not able to attend live the Q&A, the coaching call, you can watch the recording because all of the sessions are going to be recorded. And vmentoring.com/LinkedIn Summer School. Join us for free. The doors are closing on Sunday. On Monday, we start with the first module, okay, being released on Monday morning. You'll have the rest of the week to implement, okay, the assignment, and there will be on Thursdays in one Q&A live session with me to answer all of your questions. Of course, we are going to create again one online international community, because you know that I teach all of my programs in a community. So there will be a privately and created group for that specific proposal, only for this summer school, so as for us to be able to share results and engage with each other, and for many more surprises that you will find inside the group. And with my welcome video, I'm explaining there all the details, how the group works, where you will find the modules, the worksheets, the assignments, and how the program will go on. And of course, many more details of the content itself. Thank you so much for your attention. Let me know if you have any more questions. I would really love to address them. You can actually book a call with me anytime through my website, vmentoring.com/booking or call. And of course, use the link that you will find here below, vmentoring.com/LinkedIn Summer School, to join us. We start on Monday, and I would really love to see you there. Thank you. See your messages. No problem. We're ending the live. I know that all of us, we have things to do. It was such a pleasure seeing you, all of you, Eva, Martina, guys, for joining us live. Let me know if you have more questions. We start on Monday. I'm so excited, okay, to spend the rest of my summer with you. Of course, I've been broadcasting maybe from a Greek island, one of the lives, but definitely it's always a pleasure to spend my summer with you, my colleagues, my friends, clients, and mentees. And thank you for being here live with me. It's always a pleasure to receive your kind messages, and I would really love to answer any kind of questions you might have. Can't wait to start working with you, okay, and create our content marketing for the rest of the year and a whole year maybe. Why not? So see you on Monday. Bye-bye for now.